Good evening and welcome to Tucker Carlson Tonight. Yesterday morning, Joe Biden's Secretary of State, a man called Tony Blinken, went on to the Sunday show over at CBS News to announce a new policy toward Russia. Going forward, Blinken explained, the Biden administration will use Poland as a cutout to send fighter jets to the government of Ukraine. Those jets will be used to fight the Russian military. Blinken announced this in a calm, even tone that suggested this was conventional procedure, business as usual, nothing to worry about. Just another weekend at the State Department. But in fact, it's not typical. It's a very big step. It could turn out to be a pivot point in history. And for that reason, we want to show you the entire exchange. Here it is.
If, for instance, the Polish government, a NATO member, wants to send fighter jets, does that get a green light from the U.S., or are you afraid that that will escalate tension?
No, that gets a green light. In fact, we're talking with our Polish friends right now about what we might be able to do to backfill their needs if, in fact, they choose to provide these fighter jets to the Ukrainians. What could we do? How can we help to make sure that they get something to backfill the planes that they're handing over to the Ukrainians?
Are you afraid that will escalate tension, asks the scriptreader, because even a CBS News anchor knows that sending fighter jets to a war usually does that. No, replies Tony Blinken, that gets a green light. It's a remarkable exchange. What are we watching here, apart from a conversation between two incredibly shallow people who have limited contact with reality? What we're watching is the beginning of a war between the United States and Russia. If that sounds jarring, what else would you call it? Now, you may support everything that Tony Blinken just said. Maybe you do support it. But let's not lie about what's happening. Let's be as honest and clear-eyed as we can be, especially now, because it matters. The Biden administration just inserted itself with force into the middle of a hot war between two foreign powers. That means the United States is now an active participant in a war. We are at war with Russia. Whether or not that war has been officially declared, whether or not Congress has authorized that war, all of that is irrelevant. That war is happening right now as we watch. Why is no one in Washington saying anything about this? Because they support it. They always have. Almost 5 years ago, way back in 2017, Congressman Eric Swalwell of California came on this show for another Russiagate debate, one of many. He came to let us know how Vladimir Putin had gotten Donald Trump elected president. It was all as stupid as you remember it, until the end of the interview, when Swalwell said something odd and interesting. Swalwell explained that because Putin had installed Donald Trump secretly in the White House, the United States should now, quote, do everything we can to expand NATO's role. In other words, we should let Ukraine join NATO.
Booking off all roads there. Everybody's going out. Little bits and pieces falling off the building,
The Atomic Kid is a 1954 American black and white science fiction comedy film directed by Leslie H. Martinson. The film stars Mickey Rooney and Robert Strauss. It was distributed by Republic Pictures and produced by Morris Duke and Mickey Rooney. While uranium prospector Blix Waterbury is in the desert eating a peanut butter sandwich, he wanders into an active atomic bomb test site and is accidentally exposed to radiation from a direct overhead A-bomb blast. He miraculously survives, becoming radioactive, and in the process gaining special powers. He is then recruited for his powers by the FBI to help break up a spy ring. After helping to capture the spy ring, Bix and his former nurse decide to get married. They head toward Las Vegas and get lost in the desert along the way. They stop at a lone ranch-style house they come upon to ask for directions, only to discover that the house is open and mannequins have been placed in the furnished house. Bix has somehow driven into another active atomic bomb test site. In a dead panic, he hurriedly drives himself and his fiancée away from Ground Zero before history has a chance to repeat itself. This is the feature film showing in 1955 at the fictional Town Theater in the fictional Hill Valley in 1985's science fiction comedy Back to the Future. Nurse Audrey Nelson, played by Elaine Devery, who marries Blix at the end, is the only female character in the film's opening credits and promotional posters, where she is billed as Elaine Davis. At the time The Atomic Kid was being filmed, Devery and Davis was married to Mickey Rooney in real life. So check out this Mickey Rooney comedy classic on DVD, Blu-ray, or streaming, and I'll see you in the next exciting video.
This is Dabu7. I feel something huge is about to happen. You could say that a domino effect of events is already in motion. But I think a repercussive blow that the United States is going to feel, in other countries as well, is going to be dealt here in the offing. Russia, as of today, has become the most sanctioned country on the planet, surpassing Iran and others that are on the list in the blink of an eye, with many businesses cutting off ties. And now Russia planning to make a huge move that they tested back in June and July. No later than March 11th, in the coming days, they will move all their servers and domains over to this RussianZone.ru, every single thing that they've got. This is a huge move. Interesting that they've been sitting out in the Atlantic Ocean with their boats parked over the internet cables, doing drills. Another interesting note, one of the biggest warnings we've put out here in the past couple years is Cyber Polygon. The World Economic Forum announcing and talking about this, they took it off their website. Boy, if you ever were looking for a red flag, you just got one. It will be interesting to see if this catches enough attention to where they throw it back up or what. But many people go in there now getting this right here. Sorry, but we can't find what's been there for months. What we've done many live streams and videos on. Cyber Polygon, gone. But it's on archive.today, like the Wayback Machine, where we've still got it for now.
The first time you see someone die, everything shuts down. You're left with thoughts that go round and round. Every man has his demons.
I did what any father would do. And I would make the same choices again.
I just did what we all did. I followed orders.
I'm in Spain.
What?
I'm in Barcelona.
You're serious?
Yeah, my brother and my father live here.
Dad's dying. I just thought you should know.
I go to bed every night praying I won't wake up in the morning. Pray to a God I know doesn't exist to run me down by car, and the day it finally happens, I walk away without a scratch.
It wasn't your time.
No, it is my time. I should have been sent to the morgue, not home. I want to ask you a question. You ever see a number reappearing in your life over and over again? 1110? It's 1111. I was wearing that when I was in my car accident. It's the time of death on David's death certificate. Your attack happened at 1111.
You think because you're seeing some number over and over again that someone or something is trying to contact you?
It's a sign, right? It's an activation, but from whom?
The Bible warns about divination. If something is trying to get your attention, it's not holy.
So you do believe in demons?
I believe in God. And with that comes belief in the devil.
What was that? They're here.
Я звернувся про закриття неба, я звернувся до президента Байдена, я звертався до, мені здається, і до Шольца, Макрона. Чому я кажу здається? Тому що я по 20-30 дзвінків, міжнародних дзвінків я проводжу щоденно.
C'est donc bien seul, et de manière délibérée, que reniant un à un les engagements pris devant la communauté des nations, le président Poutine a choisi la guerre. Il n'y a pas de troupes ni de bases de l'OTAN en Ukraine. Ce sont des mensonges. La Russie n'est pas agressée, elle est l'agresseur.
Уважаемые товарищи, хочу сказать, что специальная военная операция идет в строгом соответствии с графиком, по плану. Все поставленные задачи успешно решаются.